Welcome to another edition of Arizona Living. Today, I'm going to answer some of your questions about living and moving to Arizona. Stay tuned! Happy Saturday, Zonies. I made a couple changes to the bootleg studio. What's going on there, Zach? Can you see and hear me okay? I made some changes. I moved the GoPro behind the Mac screen. It's on its own little tripod. And then I changed the audio over to the Blue Yeti. And I made some modifications. It should sound crispy. But I haven't really tested it, so that's what this is all about. Do I sound okay? Zach, what's going on, Zach? Zonies, that's right. Zach, how do I sound? How do I look? Coming in good. Excellent. That's good to hear. Thank you very much, sir. And I know I still need to do a collab with you at some point. So I got a couple things. Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I watched a YouTube video on how to tweak your settings. I use Wirecast, the app for streaming. And I figured I got this fancy Blue Yeti. Why don't I just use that instead of my Rode mic on top of my GoPro? I actually moved the GoPro slightly further away than where it was before. Makes me look a little skinnier. Thanks, Rick. Sounds good. Yeah, so it makes you look a little skinnier. You get to see more of the room. You know, I'm just going to have to remember to look up a little bit, or else you'll see me looking down a lot. But, hey, what's going on there? Lausa Taraisi. I probably butchered that. I apologize. Rory, you got water for me? Thank you, honey. I told Rory she can't be on camera because she didn't comb her hair. She looks like a hot mess. And she's wearing a Christmas outfit. Thanks, sweetheart. Thank you. Bye, sweetheart. I gave her my phone. And look, we got Sour Patch in the back over here. There's Sour Patch. So, guys, what do I have to share with you? A couple things right off the bat. First off, happy Saturday. Marie Ledger. It's cold where you are. Why the long sleeve clothing? Well, all right, I'll tell you a little bit of a story. It's not cold. I'm in the studio. It's not cold at all. Whoa, Zach, thank you very much for the super chat. You're the best resource for people moving to Arizona. I appreciate that, Zach, very much. And there's Sour Patch trying to piss me off. Sour Patch, stop. So where do I begin? It's been an interesting week, guys. So first off, let me explain the whole hand situation, all right? So Wednesday, I took the day off of work. I had to take Rory to the doctor. And that evening, okay, Cartoon Wife asked me to help slice some carrots using a mandolin. Now, I'm not all that familiar with using a mandolin. You would think there'd be some sort of safeguard. You see where I'm going with this? So I took off part of my thumb using the mandolin. It's really gross. I'm not going to show you anything graphic, but it was bad. It was really, really freaking bad. Blood was gushing. So I raced over. I figured I'd go to urgent care instead of the ER because urgent care could get in there faster. And they had to cauterize it, you know. So that means they freaking burnt it. And I'm telling you, it hurt worse than a tattoo. It hurt like hell. So anyway, I went back last night because I wasn't happy with how it was looking. So I went back. I'll spare you the gore. Went back. They cleaned it up. And it's doing better. It's going to be a gnarly scar. Gnarly. And I cut the tip off this finger. But this finger is nothing in comparison to what I did with my thumb. So it was interesting trying to do everything left-handed this week. So I'm not going to be editing because I'm right-handed. And this happened to my right hand. Editing is going to be rough. I canceled the A-Team. I was supposed to go to their restaurant today, Thai Gourmet in Avondale. I canceled with them because I need to rest this. And that was that. So the reason why I'm wearing this is I own a Toyota Corolla and they've been up my ass trying to get the airbags changed from a recall. And the car's paid off. It's 2011 and I finally took it. And so I know there's always a long line at this particular Toyota dealership. I'm sorry. I'm distracted because Sour Patch is down there messing with a toy by the door. And so I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So this is what happens when you go live. You know, anything could go down. Okay, Marie, he's the best. When I moved for the summer, I like to meet him. I'd like to meet you too, Marie. We got ZoniCon coming up, and Zach asked if it was like a real convention. It's not like a real convention. There's no booths. It's last time we had 12 people there. We did it like at a park gazebo. This year we're looking to do it. Will you stop scratching? We're looking to do it at Tom Sen, which is the A-Team's Cafe in Central Phoenix. They have like a patio area. We could do it there. Last year we had 12. Hey, even if we get 12 this year, I'll be happy. But hopefully there's more. I don't know, but I'd like to meet you guys too. I get invited all the time to meet with people individually, constantly. But there's only so many hours in the day. I work Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'm on call. And right, Joel? Sometimes I'm on call and you can't do anything but work. So, it's rough. It's rough for me to get out there and meet people. Plus, I'm not the most social person in the world, So you see me here. I'm funny. In real life, I'm actually really quiet. I have 2 ears, 1 mouth. I use them in proportion. I'm usually pretty quiet in real life. This is my, excuse me, this is my outlet. I took a lift going back from the Toyota dealership back home. I had the lift guy rolling. So I was like, all right, I got a live stream today for sure because he thinks I'm funny, Maybe he just wanted a tip. I don't know. So to answer your question, the reason why I'm wearing this is because I went to the dealership to drop off the car, and I know sometimes I got to stand outside, and it's really chilly in the mornings. First thing in the morning, it's like 40 degrees here right now. No kidding. 40 degrees in the mornings. So because I knew I was going to be standing outside for a bit, that's why I wore this, and I just been too lazy to take it off. It's just a plain black t-shirt that I have underneath. Makes you feel better. I could take it off, so it's back to normal. You got to stay on point with brand, You got to stay with brand. I actually just want to change out my whole wardrobe, so I only wear black shirts, period. Be it polos or t-shirts. That's it. And any dress shirts, put them in the corner in the closet, and that way I don't need to worry about it. All right, so something I wanted to talk about. Zoni had a question. I believe it was Latia Shanae from last time. She asked a question. I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have it in front of me. Apologies. She basically asked, she's a first-time home buyer, and she wanted to know what the deal was if we had any rent-to-own opportunities. And in addition, she kind of wanted to get an idea as to how much mortgage would be for a decent house in Arizona. Now, those are two very, very, very open-ended questions. I assume some of you guys watching are homeowners. You've been through the process. You know the deal. But for anyone watching this that is interested in buying a house for the first time and you're curious about rent to own and what the idea of a mortgage would be, let me give you my 2 cents. Now, I am not a mortgage professional. I am not a realtor, okay? I'm just going to give you my 2 cents. I've had a couple homes in my life, and I've been through the process of refinancing and yada, yada. Your first question. Interest rates are rock bottom right now. That's right, Zach. Right now, they are rock bottom. The bubble's going to pop, guys. It's just a matter of time. It cannot continue the way it's going. I've been around the block a few times. What goes up must come down. And it's going to come down hard. And, if you're smart, you save some money, you can make some really good investments when it comes down. Right now, it's skyrocketing. I would not be buying a house right now in this type of climate because it's ridiculously high right now. But that's just me. But if you have money, if you're coming from California and you're selling your house for a fortune, this is dirt cheap in comparison. So yeah, you're going to buy something. You're going to sell something over there in California for $1 million. You're going to come over here, spend half that on something just as nice, if not nicer. So where was I going with this? Okay, Latia's 2 questions. I believe it was Latia. Number 1, what's the deal with rent to own? Now that's all depends on the seller. If the seller is an a correction could be coming. I don't think a crash though. Yeah, correction, crash. Yeah, my cartoon wife says that it's not going to crash. It's going to be a correction. It's not going to be so bad. Because I actually live in Gilbert, so we took less of a hit the last time there was a correction as opposed to Avondale that took a total hit. But and that's when cartoon wife actually bought her house. It was during that hit. She got it for $100,000. And Obama had this thing where you get money back, and she got it for a steal. She got it foreclosed. And somebody in the middle of the night stole the dishwasher. That was funny. She went with the real estate agent back, and she's like, "Where's the dishwasher?" And it was just gone. But where was I going? Oh, yeah. You keep interrupting me, Zach. So first thing was rent to own opportunities. Okay, that all depends on the seller. If they're an investor, they may allow this option where the person that comes in is renting it, and all the monies that they contribute towards rent eventually can go towards the sale of the house as to how much they're going to purchase the house for. Again, that's 100% up to the investor, the person who's selling the home. They could even act as the bank, but I wouldn't bet that there's too many of those around. You could get lucky and find one. I don't think that's the norm. How's my finger? My finger. I talked about this earlier, Joel. My finger is. I went back last night and they cleaned it up. And the guy I saw last night was not the same doctor that took care of it initially. And I kept having to tell him how bad it was. And he was acting like it was a scratch. I'm like, dude, no, bro, you don't understand. This was really, really freaking bad. Blood was pouring out everywhere. They had to cauterize it. And so he's acting like it was no big deal. He claims in 10 days I'll be fine. And he's like, oh, you can, once it scabs up, you can peel it. I'm like, I ain't touching that. You crazy, bro? I ain't touching that. And so anyway, now every day he gave me a whole class. I know how to care for it, and I got to make sure it doesn't get infected. And I'm on antibiotics just to be safe. But, and then this one's no big deal. This is just the tip that I cut off, just a teeny tip. So that's nothing in comparison. But at any rate, thank you for asking there. So I don't think there's too many of these rent-to-own opportunities. I'm not saying there's none. I don't even know how to find them. But I wouldn't bet there's too many of them out there. And again, you're going to deal with the seller. That's all between you and the seller. And I would highly recommend, if you're going to go that route, get everything in writing. Okay? Don't just take anyone for their word. Get it in freaking writing. That's the first thing. Second question Latia had was regarding what an idea of how much a mortgage payment would be per month if she buys a decent home here in Arizona. Now, decent, it's up to your discretion, up to everyone's opinions as to what's decent. Some people, decent to them is 5,000 square feet. Some people, to them, a 1-bedroom is decent. It all depends. But I would say 3-bedroom, 2-bath, depending on the area. It totally varies also on what your down payment is and also what your APR is. So it's hard for me to say, but I can give you my situation so you get an idea. But again, my APR could be completely different than your APR. APR is the interest rate, okay, or the VIG, however you want to say it. But for me, right now, I pay like $1,400 a month on. I think I have it at $220,000 mortgage right now. So I think that's the deal. $220,000 mortgage, and I'm paying like $1,400 a month, thereabouts. And that's not including the HOA. And when you own a home, it's not like renting. If there's a problem, guess what? It's on you. You got to fix it. So it can get very expensive very quick if you have an older home, unless you're a handyman and you know what to do. But so that's one example of current. In the past, as I mentioned, Cartoon Wife had that house in Avondale. It was a $100,000 mortgage. We were paying like $700 a month. You heard right. We were paying $700 a month on rent. But that was then. This is now. The house is like double in price now because it's gone up dramatically. So the guy we sold to must be very happy because he has tons of equity now from when he bought it from us. He bought it for like $160, and then we took that money and we parlayed it into our current house. But his house has got to be worth now $200. I haven't looked. I don't know for sure. I would assume it's over $200 now. But so that's the basic gist. Again, it's hard for me to say, but just to give you a round idea, it all depends on what the mortgage amount is and your interest rate. And interest rate is going to be based on market and, of course, your credit rating. And if you go to creditkarma.com, not a sponsor, if you go to creditkarma.com, they'll tell you what your credit rating is based on the 3 entities that are out there, Equifax and TransUnion and whatever the other one is. But, so that's the deal, guys. Any other questions for me, guys? Because I wanted to tell you about my finger. I wanted to tell you about, I got something else I could talk to you about. I think it's the 7th of March. I'm pretty sure, let me confirm. Let me look at the calendar here. I'm pretty sure it's the 7th of March. It's the first Thursday in March. Let's see here. No, March 5th. I'm sorry, March 5th. For those of you that live in the Arizona area, I shouldn't say Arizona area, the Phoenix Valley. March 5th, Thursday in Scottsdale. I'm going to be speaking about the Bootleg Studio, okay, at the Scottsdale Library. I believe the event starts at 6 p.m. I'm going to be talking about the Bootleg Studio, about before and after and all the gear I use and all that stuff. So if any of you are interested in learning how to do YouTube, that's an event to go to. So it's the first Thursday in March, the 5th. Come on down. I'll post a link as the event comes closer, and you guys can come meet me there if you'd like, if that's something you're interested in. If not, just wait for ZonyCon. Let's see here. Zach, we could collaborate with the A-Team. I specialize in doing Arizona luxury property videos. March 5th at 6 p.m. That's right, at the Scottsdale Library. If you actually go to meetup.com and type in YouTube Phoenix, you should find the group. It's called YouTube Boot Camp, and they meet every Tuesday, and the first Thursday of every month is special. That's when they have like a YouTube mastermind come in. Yeah, they called me a mastermind. And come in and do a talk. So my talk's going to be specifically about the Bootleg Studio. What you see behind me and what you don't see. The lights, the cameras, the microphone, all that good stuff. It's not going to be so much about marketing. It's going to be just the nuts and bolts as to how I do all this. YouTube Boot Camp. That's right. Scottsdale Library. How you doing, brother? I'm doing all right. RN, Nyack, I'm doing all right. Can't complain. But so I told you about the boot camp. I told you I've yet to actually talk to the A-Team other than them agreeing to do ZonyCon at their cafe. We haven't set a date. We haven't done anything. So, zero. I don't even think they made a drink called the Zony yet. But they've been busy. They've been buying restaurants. They've been selling homes left, right, and center. I mean, it's ridiculous how many people are moving to the Valley because California's gotten too expensive, you know? But yeah, do you guys have any other questions for me? We've been going on this thing for 17 minutes. 17 minutes. I'm glad you guys can see and hear me okay because I did make some changes. Like I said, I moved the camera back and up, and I'm using the Blue Yeti microphone, which is right here. You can't see it for the audio, and I made some tweaks to that to make it sound crispier because I'm always trying to improve, you know, little by little. I'm improving this channel, and we haven't dropped. Isn't this great? We haven't actually dropped. No black screen. You can actually see and hear me. You're welcome there, Zach. So is it worth moving to Phoenix anymore? Feels bad. All right, that's a great question. Open-ended question. I like that feels bad. Hold on. I can talk about this for a little bit. Hold on. All right. All right. Is all the Valley expensive? It depends. Good morning, El Jefe. It depends where you're coming from. Okay, now if you're comparing Arizona to say where I was from in Denville, New Jersey, no, it is not worth moving here if you're just looking at the cost of the house, okay? Because it's very comparable now what you would pay in a good area in the Phoenix Valley versus where I lived, which was a good area in Jersey. Now, Jersey though, there's pros and cons of living anywhere. Jersey, you're gonna pay more in property tax, okay? There's tolls, you know, when you drive, and there's a whole, you have to deal with the snow. There's pros and cons about living anywhere. But if you're moving to, say, California, where it's off the charts expensive, yes, then it's definitely going to be worth your while to relocate to Arizona. Even though for Arizona standards, right now it's skyrocketed high. In comparison to California, it's pennies. Because California is ridiculously expensive. You know, one of my more popular videos was the one I did with that California couple, Alex and Colleen. They came over here. They sat on the couch. I know it looked real grainy. I apologize. This is a work in progress. But that is one of my more popular videos, you know, from season 3. And, you know, lots of people are moving here in droves. We're talking 10,000 people a month are moving to the Phoenix Valley. 10,000 a month. That's ridiculous because it's gotten so expensive elsewhere. So to answer your question, it depends on where you're coming from. If you're coming from an area where the houses are just as expensive, then no. But if you're coming from an area the houses are way more expensive, then yes. Okay, feels bad. I look all the time for database jobs and they're few and far between, it seems. Yeah. The market's good. in terms of the job market. As far as I know, I've been in the same job for feels like 8 years now. But from what I could tell, the job market is good. I mean, all these people are moving here for a reason. There's got to be jobs here, or else they're working virtually. You know, they're keeping their jobs in California and just relocating here and working virtually. You know, but it all depends on your field. You know, things are always changing, evolving. It depends. Okay, VK is Levine. West Valley is a good city to live in. I've heard crime is high. 202 South Mountain Freeway. How that affects real estate, specifically South Valley. So you're asking okay, so VK, you're asking if Levine, West Valley is a good city to live in. I have not been to Levine. However, I have not heard very nice things about Levine. So I would say no, stay away from Levine. But again, I haven't actually been there, but I heard it's kind of desolate, kind of ghetto. But I haven't been there, so I don't want to talk out my ass. I am always very upfront with you guys. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to pretend like I know. I've heard bad things about Levine. I would go check it out if you're considering it. You're going to have good and bad areas in every city. You know, there could be an area that's sketch, an area that's nice. I don't know. I would advise you to check it out if that's something you're interested in looking into. Could be a good investment opportunity. Maybe it's bad today. 5 years from now, it'll be good. You know, you never know. Let's see here. Selena Poole. I moved from Chicago to Gilbert nearly 2 years ago, paying $1,700 for 3 bedrooms. I would like to purchase or rent to own. It's more expensive here. Yeah, $1,700 for 3 bedrooms. That's what my brother was paying for 3 bedrooms over in Ahwatukee for rent. You know, so yeah, renting can be expensive if you're like in a nice little condo community. Definitely. Feels bad. Does Sour Patch ever wake you up at night? Sour Patch actually sleeps with Rory, and Sour Patch is forever waking Rory up. Sometimes Rory will get up all groggy saying the cat wouldn't let her sleep. So yes, Sour Patch is known to harass Rory in the middle of the night. Me, I sleep in a completely different room on the other side of the house. I don't need to deal with Sour Patch at night unless Rory isn't home. Let's just say she's sleeping over at grandma's. Then Sour Patch is all up my ass screaming at the door because we don't let her in our bedroom because Cartoon Wife is allergic to cats. So Sour Patch is banned from our bedroom. She's not allowed in the bedroom at all. But she'll sit there and cry all freaking night. And believe me, cats can cry. Good morning, Christine Campbell. So I addressed some of your questions. Oh, what was the other one? Feels bad. All right, so feels bad. I hope I answered your question, whether it's still worth moving here. It depends. It depends on where you're moving from. Me, as you guys know, I really love New Jersey. I've given up hope. I'm moving back because Cartoon Wife is adamant. She wants to stay in Phoenix. Now, she's open to the idea of moving to Prescott, which is northern I won't call it northern Phoenix. It's 2 hours north of Phoenix, okay? But she's open to it. The problem is jobs. There's no jobs there. So I'd have to work remotely or figure out how to make some real money with this YouTube thing. And I saw somebody ask me to make a video about Cottonwood. I've been meaning to go to Cottonwood. I got a good friend of mine, a mentor, who lives in Cottonwood. And I told him we would hook up like 2-3 years ago, and it never happened. So he lives in Cottonwood. I got a guy right there I can hang out with. I could record the whole damn thing. I just haven't done it. So yes, I will add Cottonwood to the list. I have a long list. I injured myself, so I'm not sure how that's going to hurt things. I still need to make that motivational video series. I have some props I ordered. I went to Goodwill. I got some funny stuff. At least I think it's funny. So I got some stuff coming that's going to be different that hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, El Jefe, how is Santan Valley, brother? Okay, well, hey, what's going on? Miss Queen 06 finally caught me live. That's right. How's Santan Valley? Okay, well, there's 2 Santan Valleys. There's Santan Valley, which is like a mall area in Gilbert, and there's the actual Santan Valley, which is, it's not that far away from Gilbert. I've been there once. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, it's a little further away from Phoenix, but it's okay. It's not bad. You can go check that out. Feels bad. Will you stop messing with that? Hey, stop. Sour Patch. Cut it out. Sorry, guys. Okay. Ida Pruitt. Morning, Sam. Your videos are being helpful for me to relocate to Phoenix. Good. I'm glad you enjoy them there, Ida. Feels bad. My friend moved to Phoenix in 2016. He bought a home in Buckeye last year and says it's pretty cheap to buy a house still there. Buckeye is... Buckeye's not the best neighborhood. However, they are building up all of the Phoenix Valley. So in another 5 to 10 years, the West Side, I will no longer be called Tumbleweed. I can't call it Tumbleweed in another 10 years. Avondale, they're building up like crazy. I was just there not that long ago. They're building it up. There's definitely changes from when I lived there, that's for sure. But I would say 10 years from now would be a good investment time to buy in a desolate area such as Buckeye. Buckeye's ghetto. I don't like Buckeye, but they're building it up. And supposedly Bill Gates was going to make this technologically advanced city on the West Side. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but hey, I would check it out. It could be a good investment opportunity, and you'll see your money later down the line. Right now could still be a good time to buy in Buckeye. In comparison to the rest of the valley, Buckeye has not gone up in value that much because there's nothing out there. Vegan Baldy, what's up, Alex? Make a video on Lake Havasu. I already did. It's on the channel, Lake Havasu. There's a whole video on there. I got to figure out a way, because I have all these videos. I have like 300 videos, and you guys are always say, do a video about this, do a video about that, and I'm always like, I already have one. I got to make it easier for you guys. I mean, I have playlists. You go to my city tour playlist, and boom, you'll find the Lake Havasu video there. But maybe I'll do a website that has like an easier way to navigate to see all my videos. I don't know. But that's just something I've been thinking about. Oh, well, look at all these comments all of a sudden. Let's see here. Aliyah Phillips. Since it's so hot image, there are a lot of HVAC jobs. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of HVAC jobs over here, because it gets so freaking hot. Air conditioners are like a necessity. So yeah, there's got to be a lot of HVAC jobs here. Feels bad. Is any other big companies moving to Phoenix, like Google, Apple, etc.? Yes. They are building a huge Google data center in Mesa. Okay, that's coming to Mesa. Huge. GoDaddy's here already. Microsoft is here. Apple's here. There's a lot of big tech companies in the valley already. Some of them are in Tempe. Intel in particular is in Chandler. But yeah, they're here. They're definitely here, and they're coming hard. I believe the Google data center is going to be like $1 billion. And there's an airport right next to it that used to be an Air Force base. And so it's called the Phoenix Mesa Airport, I think it's called. I don't know. It's Mesa Gateway. It's called Mesa Gateway. It's not that far from me. Like I said, they're going to build this whole area up here. So tons of jobs, even more so, even coming more. Let's see here. Ms. Queen 06, between Avondale, Gilbert, and Goodyear, which one do you think is safest? I'm a single mom looking to relocate. All right, let me ask you a question. You said you're a single mom, so I assume you're bringing your young one. All right off the bat. You saying you have a kid? Gilbert, period. I live in Gilbert. I moved from Avondale because the schools in Avondale sucked. The school that Rory was slated to go to was a 4, cuatro. And the one she goes to now in Gilbert is rated a 9. Schools in general here, I have tons of videos talking about schools. There's a playlist. Schools here are not the best because we don't pay a lot in taxes. There's a correlation between what you pay in taxes and the teachers, So it depends. If because you said you have a child, right off the bat, I'm going to say Gilbert, okay? If you did not have a child, Goodyear's not a bad place to live. I know I make fun of the West Side. Goodyear's not bad. It's still developing. It's not as developed as Gilbert, but Goodyear's fine. Goodyear's perfectly fine. And then you mentioned Avondale. I lived in Avondale. I have a whole video on Avondale. I lived there for 4 or 5 years. I'm not the biggest fan of Avondale. When I woke up in the morning with the manure smell, I felt like I was being punched in the face every morning. Twice a year they do NASCAR there, and the whole city gets congested. I mean, again, it's not a horrible place to live either. And now, if you go south of where the train tracks are, south of the 10, like where I lived, it starts getting a little sketch. North of the 10 is better in Avondale, but because it's more towards Goodyear. But it's not all that bad. It's all about comparison as to where you're moving from. Me being from New York, New Jersey, it's not bad at all, except where my brother-in-law lives in Phoenix. I would not want to go there in the middle of the night by myself, walking around. But otherwise, it's not that bad. Not that bad at all. Since you said you're a mom, I would be concerned about schools. And they have what they call charter schools here, which are private institutions that get public funding. And so they run themselves. Some of them are rated really well, like Basis. That's a whole other thing. I'm not going to talk about Basis today. But hey, I would consider Goodyear. I'm sorry, not Goodyear. Gilbert. I would consider Gilbert if you have a child, for sure. Ahwatukee is kind of expensive. That's where my brother currently lives. But I would suggest Ahwatukee if you were single, didn't have children. But otherwise, I say Gilbert all the way if you have a child. Vegan Baldy, would you ever do a road trip to New Mexico and record it? Would ride along. New Mexico. I went driving through New Mexico once, and that was the first time when I was actually driving cross country from New Jersey to Phoenix. That was the first time I ever experienced ICE. ICE, I forget what the abbreviation stands for, but those are the immigration people. I guess it's Immigration Control Enforcement. That's just a guess. But yeah, they were looking at me like I was an illegal alien and questioning me. I'm like, bro, I'm American. And first off, I'm not Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican, okay? So no matter how you slice it, I'm American. Because Puerto Rico is part of the United States, in case you didn't know. So any way you freaking slice it, yeah, I'm as American as you get, unless I was American Indian. Then that's another level above. But, being Puerto Rican and from New York, come on now. Come on, really? And they're asking me all these questions, and I was like all nervous. I'm like, what the hell is this? I felt like they were interrogating me. And it was like, why? What's the point of this? So anyway, to answer your question there, Alex, I don't know. I don't know if I would be willing to do a field trip to... Stop! I don't even do videos in Cottonwood, and that's only 2 hours away from here. So I don't know if I do a whole video going to New Mexico with any particular reason to go to Mexico, just to go. Because imagine that conversation with ICE. So why are you here? I'm just driving around filming my YouTube videos. Yeah, they're going to kick my ass out to Mexico, man. So I would say no. Yinzer, Gilbert and Chandler are the best part of the valley. Are you asking or you telling? Yeah, Gilbert and Chandler, they're all right. I definitely think the East Valley is better than the West Valley. I have said that many, many, many times, and the 18 gets pissed off at me because they are based on the West Side, and most of their business is selling people houses on the West Side of the Valley. But me, I'm completely, brutally freaking honest with you guys. I tell it like it is. I am not the biggest fan of the West Side. I still call it tumbleweed. Is it developing? Yes. In another 10 years, it's going to be just as developed as the East Side. So I'm not going to be able to make fun of it in another 10 years. But for right now, I can still call it tumbleweed. All these comments, I can't keep up with you guys. Okay, sorry, I'm going to have to rewind a little bit. Amador Melgozo. Do residents ever get concerned about the close by nuclear reactor in Tonopah, which is in the... Okay, I know about this. I have a video about this because my sister-in-law, one of my several sister-in-laws, she freaking lives right by the nuclear power plant in Tonopah. She can see it from her freaking house. Hey, Sour Patch. Sour Patch just touched me. She's kind of scared me. But yeah, I know all about the nuclear power plant. I did a whole video on it. I did some research, and they say it's perfectly fine. It's not scary. She had the nerve to say, well, if there's a problem, we'll hear the sirens. Yeah, that's going to do any good. You're right there. You're 2 blocks away. And where she lives where there's no freaking paved roads. I visited once. My car was covered with freaking dust. I have no desire to live in the middle of the sticks like that. She's living like where you would move if you don't want the cops to find you. And where she lives, right by the nuclear power plant, it takes her 30 minutes to get anywhere. If she goes to the store and forgets something, it's going to take her an hour round trip to go back to the store and come back home. The only thing she has in her little town, if you even want to call it a town, is a freaking gas station with a convenience store, and they have like I forgot what it is, some fast food drive-through thing there. And that's it. That's the entire freaking town. So, unbelievable. I would not be moving anywhere near the nuclear power plant. That's just me, even though they say it's safe. Okay, VK, do you think the new 202 freeway helps economic and real estate development in the West Valley? Yes, I do. That's a great question there, VK. All right, let me just read the other questions. I'm going to circle back to this one because I like this one. See, that's what I do. I know it might be annoying. When I find a question I like, I want to get rid of all the other questions that are before it so I can focus on it. Or else I'm going to be worried that I'm going to miss something because the screen just goes up. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, you're an Indian girl. I'm going to butcher this name. I'm just going to call you P. Kumari, okay? I'm going to butcher your first name, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, you're an Indian girl. That's cool. I like Indian food. Indian food is wonderful. I've been meaning to go do a mukbang at an Indian restaurant. And mukbang's not a perverted thing. It just means filming myself eating, okay? Get your mind out of the gutter, guys. So, yeah, East Side is the best. That's right there, Vegan Baldy. Someone tell me what this is. Tell you what is. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I was on Zillow. CNJ Maine. Why do I always say mine? CNJ Mine. What's going on? I was on Zillow and looked at houses in Goodyear. Look great. A lot of houses for your money. Big Super loves Goodyear. What are your thoughts? Goodyear's okay. It's all right. Is it as good as Gilbert? No. I'm going to be completely brutally honest with you. It is not as good as Gilbert. You cannot compare the two cities. Goodyear is developing. It's okay. Again, it's not nearly as good as Gilbert. If you're looking for safety, if you're looking for quality of schools, do they have stores there and restaurants in Goodyear? Yes, they do. But again, it's all what's important to you. If you're single, you don't have kids, you're looking to retire, get some more bang for your buck. What are you doing? I'm trying to move so you can see the cat. What are you doing, you crazy head? Stop! I didn't shave my head today. I didn't trim my beard because it's hard to do everything left-handed. But I want to go back to your question, all right? It's not that Goodyear's in the middle of the nowhere. Goodyear is a city. It's just still developing. Okay, so it's not bad. It's really not bad. If I was single, let's say Cartoon Wife got rid of me, I would consider Goodyear, but we have a kid, so I want to stay in the East Side. But at any rate, if you get the idea. If I didn't have a kid, if I wasn't married, Goodyear's not bad. You get a lot of bang for your buck, okay, and it's developing. Let's see here. You were born and raised in Indian too. What's with all this Indian talk? Okay. What do I think about surprise? I don't like surprise. I just took a lift from the car dealership home, and the Lyft driver, lives in Surprise. I didn't tell him this, but I'm not a fan of Surprise. Not a fan at all. It's not developed at all. There's a handful of stores there. It's a long ways away from being developed. So you could probably get even more bang for your buck out there living in the sticks. Now that is the sticks. Goodyear is not the sticks. Goodyear is an actual city. Surprise, ding, 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 ding. I would not consider Surprise. No. And somebody's calling me. Oh, damn it. Aurora, give me back my phone. That could be the car. The car's ready. I got to pop up on my screen that somebody's calling me. Oh, give me back my phone. Somebody's calling me. Did you answer it? No. Hello? Hold on.
I'll send you the inspection report too, sir.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, this is Tony at Big 2. I have the inspection report on your vehicle. I want to send it to you.
Okay.
Do you have an email I can send to you?
Yeah. Please send it to samsantiago@hotmail.com. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
So samsantiago@hotmail.com?
Yep, that works.
Alrighty, I'm sending it over now, and you can respond via email back to me what you'd like to get done or not get done, okay?
All right, very good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, well, here's my phone. So anyway, guys, for those of you guys that joined the cast late, I dropped my car off at the dealership because of an airbag situation, a recall. And Roy, leave please. So, thank you, honey. Yep, he sent me an email. So anyway, I went over there, dropped out the car to get the airbags changed, and of course, they found some stuff that's bad. They want me to know if I want them to fix it. The answer, of course, is going to be no, because the dealership's going to charge up the yin-yang. So I got to respond to that email in a little bit. But what happened in my hand, you joined late feels bad. I sliced it with a freaking mandolin. It was gross. It was a bad accident. So yeah, that's what happened. I sliced a piece of my thumb off with a mandolin. I was trying to cut carrots, but now I'm all miscombobulated over here. All right, what are my thoughts on Chandler and Queen Creek? Queen Creek is developing, as Gabby says, it's the Buckeye of the East. Queen Creek is still developing. Chandler's definitely way more developed than Queen Creek, and Chandler's closer to Phoenix. So Chandler prices are obviously going to be more expensive than Queen Creek. Now, Queen Creek, there's some areas in Queen Creek that are freaking expensive. I was like, why are they charging so much for this? But I did a whole video on both cities, actually, Queen Creek and Chandler. You can go check them out. If I had to choose between the two, I'm going to choose Chandler just because it's more developed. Again, this is all personal preference. Some of you might want to be out, where it's not as developed and you want more bang for your buck and you don't mind driving an extra 15, 20 minutes to Phoenix. So it's all about personal preference. Darn, I have a hard decision, Sam. LOL, between Florida and Arizona. I love this channel, man. Thanks for the insight. Florida, it's freaking humid as hell, and I hate Mickey Mouse. It's humid. It's way too humid for me. I mean, Florida is practically another borough. Everyone that lives there is from New York, and I wouldn't want to live there because of humidity. That's just me. And they have freaking tornadoes and shit that happen over there. I would not want to move to Florida. Again, that's just my personal preference. And yes, I realize there's water there and it's beautiful. I don't want to deal with the humidity. That's just me. Feels bad. Do you have any new houses for sale? How do we find it? Yeah, the A-Team has tons of houses for sale. So you know what? Let's give them a plug right now. Hopefully you guys can still see, you can still hear me. Okay, here's the A-Team, guys. For anyone of you that are considering moving to the Valley, this is who you need to call. They always have houses available. Just contact them. Tell them that you found them on the channel, and they'll be able to hook you up. They'll point you in the right direction. What? Yes, honey. Yes. Rory came in here. She saw that the picture I posted of my hand on the. I don't know how she found that, and she's like looking at it like, what's going on, Daddy? She wanted to actually see the cut after it happened. I was like, I ain't showing this to you. You're crazy. I wanted to go back to a question. Where do I recommend to live in the Valley being single? You're from Chicago. Ida, I would recommend Ahwatukee. Okay, point blank, Ahwatukee for sure if you're single. It's not too far from Phoenix. However, if you go in traffic, oh, God bless you, it's horrible. But it's not too far from Phoenix. It's basically on the border of Tempe. And that's where I would move if I was single. Ahwatukee. It's all developed. Totally, 100% developed. And it's a nice city. It's hard to spell, I know. But Ahwatukee is a nice city. I personally would live there. I did live there for 6 months. When I moved here initially, I stayed with my brother for 6 months. He had a condo there. So I would recommend Ahwatukee if you're single. Does the A-Team have a website? I don't know. I don't know if they have a website. Just give them a call. Send them a text. If you don't want to talk to them, just send them a text on that same phone number. Does Arizona have a snake problem like Florida? I'm going to say no, not in the major cities at least. I have never actually seen a snake in real life out in the wild. Never seen a snake. I've seen big-ass spiders. I've seen scorpions. I've seen black widows. I've seen coyotes. I have never seen a big-ass snake, ever. And I've lived here like 8 years now. Is that okay? Let's see. There was a question I wanted to get to, and now I forgot what it was, because you guys kept pinging me here. The 202, that's it, BK. The 202 freeway, will it help the economy and real estate development in the West Valley? I'm going to say yes, big time. Okay, we're going to talk all about the 202. Give me 1 second. Okay, yes. So the 202 originally, and it's a loop, and you call it the 202. Originally, and I'm going to butcher this on the screen, it was like this, like from, the top And now it's like a full circle, okay? So it connects basically the Chandler area on the east side, excuse me, to the west side. So that cuts, you don't have to go through Phoenix anymore. You could avoid all that crap and drive southern, so to speak, the southern part of the Phoenix Valley, avoiding all the traffic. And I think it's fantastic. And there's going to be a lot of real estate development there now. Now there's a major highway in that area. Before there was nothing. Now there's actually a major highway. They're going to be building like crazy over there. So yes, it should help with if you have somebody who has a job on the east side and needs to work on the west side and vice versa. It should help with the economy and with, getting to work on time. And also, like I said, they're going to build a lot more. And it's not just houses. They're going to have to build, infrastructure and stores and all that stuff. What are you doing? So yeah, it's going to be a very, very, very good thing for the west side, the 202, that it shaves off a good 15, 20 minutes if you're driving to the east side. Let's see here. Everyone in Phoenix seems to be from Chicago and LA. No, a lot of people are coming here from California. Now, I initially thought everyone was from Chicago here too, or Minnesota. But no, lots of people are moving here from California, believe it or not. Okay, Sean, the Chi-Town trucker. What's going on, Sam? I am Arizona now, passing through on the 40 heading to Cali. Wow, well, thanks for watching, Sean. Drive safe. Ms. Queen 06, how did you determine what's affordable in Gilbert? I don't know what apartments are considered expensive because I'm moving from LA and everything's cheaper for me. Okay, I can answer this. They are developing a lot more apartments in the Gilbert area. A lot. I was renting, now granted this was 4 years ago, I was renting a 1-bedroom, okay, at the trails at Santan. I was renting a 1-bedroom for $1,100 a month. And I was told that was expensive. And these are considered luxury apartments. They have granite countertops, so that makes them luxury. So I was paying $1,100 at the time. I was told that was high. I don't think that's high anymore. High would be, say, $1,700 a month would be high. And that my brother had a 3-bedroom condo that he was renting in Ahwatukee, paying $1,700. Now he's renting a house for $2,000 a month. He's renting. Okay, I own and I only pay $1,400 a month. So I don't know why he doesn't just buy his own damn house. As if, he had a house, he's renting out the house with his wife. They're renting out their house in the not so nice area in Phoenix, and then they're renting this because they want to live in a better neighborhood for the kids. Because the area they lived in was sketch. I mean, really sketch, like drive-by sketch. But anyway, it's all about your wallet, Miss Queen 06. It all depends on what you're comfortable with. If you're making the same amount that you were making in California, then yeah, go crazy. But if you're not making as much, you're going to want to live, underneath your means. You know what I mean? Feels bad. Are you and the 18 going to look at houses in Buckeye? No. I just went looking with them in, where were we? Were we in Avondale? Yeah, we just went last weekend looking in Avondale. And no, I have no intentions of going. Listen, I'm all banged up. I'm not even going to go eat. I was supposed to go eat with them. We were supposed to go to the restaurant today to Thai Gourmet and record. And no, I'm not even going to do that. I'm trying to rest. You crazy, man? No. Big Baldy, we're from California, but oddly, a majority of people that we've met since moving here are from other states like Colorado, Minnesota, Wisconsin, etc., or are AZ natives. Yeah, me personally, I've met a lot of people here from Chicago and Minnesota predominantly. I know a ton of people are moving here from California, but other than Alex and Colleen, I haven't met too many Californians here. Majority of people, I even met people from Hawaii here, believe it or not. People that moved here from Hawaii because of the volcanoes and shit going on over there. All right, well, I think I actually answered all your questions. You guys just hit me out of left field. Again, Zach, thank you very much for the super chat. We've been doing this thing for 50 minutes. Mod on, 50 minutes. For those of you that arrived late, again, hey, Sour Patch. Hi, honey. For those, come here, Sour Patch. Come here. They like cats. Come here, baby. Come here, my hand. I know. Oh, my hand. Okay, there's Sour Patch. All right. Come down. Probably not a good idea to be holding the cat with my busted hand. What was I talking about? I don't know. I lost track. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, we're doing this 50 minutes. I think I answered all your damn questions. I talked about my hand over and over again. I sliced it open real bad using a mandolin. Don't use a mandolin. You would think there'd be some sort of safety on a mandolin. There's no safety. I just sliced the whole thing open. Okay, El Jefe, you got a good channel, bro. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Johnny Raymond, where's the A-Team Thai place at? I know it's called Thai Gourmet in Avondale. I don't have the address. You can Google it or go on Yelp, but it's called Thai Gourmet in the city of Avondale. I've never been there. Are there any handball courts out there? I think there are, actually. I'm pretty sure I've seen a sign for a handball court. There's even a place here that has bocce ball, believe it or not. Like a restaurant where they have bocce ball. I love bocce ball. I have a set. And not too far from where I live, in like another development, they have a bocce ball court. And sometimes I go there. Even though I don't live there, I still sneak in there like I live there. And there's something called pickleball. It kind of looks like tennis. But it's like, I don't know. It kind of looks like tennis, called pickleball. I don't know. I saw this mom and her kid playing it. I was like, what the hell is that? Okay, let's see here. Big Mills, 5:25 morning. I'll be there in 3 weeks. Can you tell me the best place to buy furniture? I like American Furniture Warehouse. There are tons and tons and tons of places you can buy furniture here, including a place called The Dump. I shit you not. The name of the store is The Dump. I do not like The Dump. The Dump is overpriced in my opinion. And then there's Living Spaces, and there's a place called At Home for like decoration. I'm a big fan of American Furniture Warehouse. They're in Mesa/Gilbert. I don't know if that's their only location, but I love that place. Cartoon Wife and I. Will you stop scratching? Hey, stop scratching. I love that place. I highly recommend American Furniture Warehouse. Is there any form of Chinatown? There used to be this building that was kind of like a Chinatown, and everyone got kicked out. So there's no more Chinatown equivalent. There are places that have like Chinese markets, but that's it. That's all you're gonna find. You know, like there's a place called Lily's. It's like an Asian superstore, so to speak. But yeah, you're not gonna find a Chinatown out here or a Little Italy. But there are stores here that kind of remind you of a Chinatown. You're going to binge watch my videos today. You ready to move? Woohoo! Go, Miss Queen06. Thank you for watching. Let's see here. Any other things I've missed over here? I think I got everything. I think I answered all your questions. You guys are busy today. I guess Saturday morning is a good time to live stream. Oh, I got to return that email. Damn it. I got to return that guy's email about the car. I forgot. Where would be a good place to open a pizza shop? I'm a big fan of Grimaldi's. Grimaldi's is great pizza. As to where to open up a shop, I don't know. Talk to the A-Team. They have restaurants now and stuff. Don't know. AZ has great furniture consignment stores in Scottsdale. Yep, there's definitely consignment shops in Scottsdale. All right, guys. So I'm gonna close it out because we're approaching or almost at the top of the hour, almost 60 minutes. I'm going to go ahead, close it out, and answer this guy's email about freaking what repairs I want done to the car so I can get my car back today. They actually sent a lift for me to take me home. All right, guys, that's it. That concludes another edition of Arizona Living. Be sure to like. Well, hold on. Let me do it. I got this suggestion yesterday from somebody at work. Wait, Vic. Yeah, Vic from work. Vic, if you're watching, this is because of you. I'm going to use my sorry thumb. That concludes another edition of Arizona Living. Be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know below what questions you have for me regarding moving to or living in Arizona. Till next time!